Dear students, today we are going to see the rest of the portions of fifth unit. First, we try to see the role of audience in research report. Audience are called as readers. Without understanding their needs, interest, and background, it is very difficult to plan, write, and review any report or document. If you review it without considering audience needs and desires, this report will be useless. That audience are categorized into 4 groups. They are experts, technicians, executives, and non-specialist. First, we see who are called experts. So experts are professionals or specialists. They have a knowledge about their own field. They are called experts. Technicians are called engineers, mechanic, technical oriented peoples, those who are performing job with machines and equipments. They are comes under the category of technicians. Third is executives. It includes people from business background, management executives, marketing peoples, or comes under this category. Non-specialists are called general people. They need not to be any professionalist or technicians or experts or executives. They don't have any in-depth or specific knowledge about any field. They are called non-specialist. So among these 4, any research report audience may fall under out of these 4 categories. Without analyzing the audience requirements, I already told, any report development process not consider the requirements of audience, definitely it will fall into flop. So in order to analyze the audience, we have to consider this following areas. One is background, interest and needs, demographic characters of audience. These are main things every researcher need to be considered. The background include educational qualifications, experience, knowledge of audience. It helps a researcher to make their report according to the needs and requirements of audience. As well as second one, needs and interest. Every audience has unique needs. So as a researcher, task is to complete the varieties of needs of the audience in his or her own report. Third is demographic characters. It also playing a vital role for preparing any type of research report. It include age, gender, income. These are so many variables or comes under demographic sector. So considering this also help a researcher to make their report according to the classifications of audience. Apart from these three, fourth and fifth element of the analysis is variability of audiences. So if you write any report, this report may be helpful to students, academicians, business peoples. So these are three varieties I said. These varieties of audience needs or differ. Students' need is to go through the report is for their education purpose. Academician use this report also for educational purpose, and also they use this report for further development through their own studies. But business peoples, they considered a report, any research report for development or enhancement of their business activities. So every report has varieties of audience. These varieties of audience are having different types of needs. So a single report need to be fulfill the requirements of these varieties of readers. So these are different parameters the audience used to adopt any research report. See that here I will tell the important parameters audience considered for evaluating any research report. The main parameters are see here, it should be understandable one to the readers, informative one, informations which covered in the study or research should be currently or lively one. It need to have so many examples. So like that there are so many criterias the audience used to evaluate the report. Second area we are going to see is readability. If any report has the character of easy to understand by the readers, that is called readability. So it comes out from the style of the writer. Depend upon the writer's style, a reader can easily understand what content or what information they expressed in their research report. There are some rules every researcher has to follow to make readability of their report, that are use very simple and short and familiar words and sentences need to be used by the readers. Second, need to be used by the writers. If they use very simple words, familiar words, it can be easily understood by all type of people, even if they are professional oriented people or non-professional oriented people. They all of them can easily understand. Second, avoid jargons. It means how to tell. You have to avoid some vocabularies. That means use usable or simple words in research report. Third is use neutral languages. That means whatever words, language used in your report, that could be easily understand by the readers. Fourth, correct grammars, punctuations, spellings we need to be used in report. And fifth important character is mostly we have to use active voice in report. So it helps readers to easily as well as directly understand what information a writer convey through the research. Sixth one, that means a reader, the writer can use some action verbs for easily action verb to make easy to understand by the readers, and also use less number of points, numbers, bulletins. So it help readers to minimize their time and also avoid their tiredness as well as boring with reading the report. Third topic we are going to see now is tone. Tone is nothing. Writer attitudes towards the readers about a message they convey through the report is called a tone. There are so many parameters a writer used to convey or inform any message to the readers. The parameters are confident. A writer need to be confident with their report or content of the report. Then only it will be useful as well as meaningful to the reader. Second is courteous and sincere. Whatever things a writer need to convey to the readers, it should be very polite and shows the significance value to the readers. Third parameter is use appropriate emphasizes. In order to highlight the understanding character of the readers, the writer need to use some examples. See, fourth parameter use non-discriminatory languages. Whatever words a writer use, it should not hurt anybody. It should be neutral and the absenteeism of inequality, absenteeism of inequality will be there in all content of the report. The main thing need to be there in the tone of the report is it need to be highlight the significance of the report. How who are get benefit from the report, what benefit they get, it need to be highlighted in the report. And also is there any important as well as difficult things writer need to be highlighted in their report. It need to be appropriately defined as well as highlighted by the writer to the readers. Fourth topic we are going to see now is title of research report. So the title is consists of a title of any research report is consist of few words, but this few words need to be described the entire content as well as purpose of your research. So that type of title you need to be developed for your research. Now we are going to see what are parameters we have to use to formulate a effective title for any research, or these are parameters. First one is purpose, second is scope, third is tone, and the fourth is methods. These are 4 parameters every researcher need to go through or follow up to make any type of title for their research work. Purpose, we know the purpose includes objectives of the study, or what purpose or what objective research is carry on. It need to be project on the title. Scope, it means who are all going to get benefit from the research that need to be highlighted in the title. For example, you are going to study about employee satisfaction. The scope of this title is to give benefit to the organization as well as employees. Organization can understand about the present level of employee satisfaction in their organization, as well as employees also get know about what level of benefit the organization are giving to the employees. So this scope, every title need to be project. And third, we already saw the tone, the narrative tone of the paper. We already discussed about detailedly discussed about the tone. It also need to be a very important constraint of making any title. And also a title need to be project the method of the study, what method we have to use to solve or find a solution to problem. It need to be highlight. That means a title need to be highlight this information also. These are general principles every title development process need to be come across. That I am going to tell it one by one. The first principle of title development is a title may be indicate or it should be indicate subject and scope of the study. Second, there must be less use of abbreviations like instead of telling Saidamal Engineering College, somebody will tell SAEC, that is abbreviation. So the use of this abbreviation in title need to be eliminated because others can't understand it. Use positive, impressive words in the title. So like that, for example, see here, the title should not exceed more than 15 words. So correct grammar we have to use in the title. Rarely use exclamation marks like punctuations. It need to be avoided in the title. Next topic we are going to see now is ethics in a report preparation or ethics in research. So we may know what is ethics. Ethics denote moral. That means it says do's and don'ts. So the ethics provide guidance to the researcher about how to conduct the research. So the guidelines stress the moral principles. So as per this principle, every researcher must follow it during the time of conducting or writing their research report. These are principles every researcher need to follow during the time of conducting a research. That are honest, objective oriented, integrity, carefulness, openness, respect for intellectual properties, confidentiality, responsible publications, responsible mentoring, respect for colleagues, social responsibility, non-discriminations, competence, legality, animal care, and human subject protections. That is protections. These are principles every researcher need to be followed to make their research is a moral one. Honesty, take first honesty. Whatever a researcher do, it should not violate the rules of the research. That is honesty. Objectivity, without any aim or without any use of the research outcome, there is no use of conducting any research. So every research need to have objectivity, integrity. Performing research is not a single person task. It need to get the assistance from so many people. So we need responses. We need to use more analysis. So every side we need to get more people assistance. So without integrity or cooperations of a group of peoples, nobody can perform or complete their research task. Carefulness. Whatever tools or whatever methods or whatever system a researcher follow, they have to be conscious and careful with this systems, process and procedures. Openliness, that is, whatever systems or procedures or tools used by the researcher, it should be known to all. A researcher should not hide any tools or process or methods which they follow. It should be open or known to all. Respect to other intellectual properties. During a time of conducting research, you should not violate the belongingness of others. You should give respect to others' belongingness. Even though is there any situation to use others' belongingness or other things or others' work, we need to get prior permission from those peoples. Confidentiality, this is a main factor of every research. Whatever work a researcher do or whatever steps a researcher take to complete research, each steps need to have a confident approach. That is a positive approach. If they have a negative approach towards any approach, the result will be definitely negative one. Responsible publications, it include whatever informations you are going to tell through the research, it should be reachable or it should be useful to audiences. Next, mentoring. During your research or after completion of your research, it will help to others to perform the continuity of your works. Respect your colleagues. During the time of conducting research, you need to get assistance from others. You need to work with others. So you give respect to them. Respect in the sense you should not hurt them. You should not violate them. You have to make a cordial relationship with those people. Next, social responsibilities. Whatever work you do in research, it should be violate the norms of society. It should be go along with the social requirements. As well as the outcome of the research also give fruitful benefit to peoples as well as nation. Non-discrimination, that we saw already. You should not how to tell. You have to follow equality in your research process. You should not give any importance to anybody or violate importance to others. You should avoid this type of attitudes. Competence. With the spirit, energy and enthusiasm, a researcher need to be complete their research task. Legality, whatever they do, it should be covered as well as it should be followed by the framework of the rules and regulations. So animal care, even in some research, researcher need to use some animals. So the research process should not give, or directly or indirectly it should not give any or make any violation against this animal. It should be care with the animal, whatever research process we do. Humans subjects protections. So our research process should not give violation to human beings also. So these are principles every researcher need to be followed during the time of preparing a research report or a research. Even some other how to tell, ethical issues. Every researcher, these are issues every researcher need to be followed during the time of conducting their research. The first one is voluntary participation. The person which a researcher used in the study, they need to be participate or they need to be work along with the requirements of the researcher. If they work along with the researcher can accomplish their task of the research. If they work away from the researcher, or if they work, the participants are perform their tasks which are not irrelevant to the requirement of the researcher, the research outcome will be deviated. Second, informed consent. It means whatever people we used in the research, what outcome we are going to get from those peoples, what work they need to be performed to the research, that need to be clearly informed to the participants. That helps to avoid delay as well as make some absenteeism during the time of research from the side of participants. Next, risk of harm. It includes both physical as well as psychological impact to the participants during the time of conducting a research. So if the researcher not put participant in a particular situation, it may cause for some harmful impact to the participants during the time of research. Fourth is confidentiality. That is the secrecy of the research and its contents need to be kept by the participants before completion or before publication of any research report. If they inform it earlier, the important content and informations may leak to the others' hand before the research will be published. Fifth one is anonymity. It means the participants as well as the researcher need to be withstand in their position as well as both of them need to be uh, withstand with the principle of anonymity, which essentially means that the participants will remain anonymous throughout the study. That means the anonymity stance is stronger uh, privacy to the participants. The last issue is right to serve. It means the last issue of ethical issue of the research is right to serve. After the research is completed, it need to be give full benefits to the audiences or readers. If it is not give full benefits to the readers, there is no use of developing any research. The last topic which we are going to see now is subjectivity and objectivity in research. So, objectivity of any research, before going to enter into research objectivity and subjectivity, first we see what is objectivity and subjectivity. So objectivity is a personal neutrality. So it allow to speak themselves without the influence of others or without any pressures of others, and without any bias of anybody or researcher is called objectivity. Subjectivity is based on personal impressions rather than external factors. For example, if a person like to buy white color shirt, during the time of entering into any shop, he will search and he will buy only white color shirt, even though others influence to buy any color shirts. It's called subjectivity. Now we will interlink it with research. Subjectivity research refers to individual feelings, opinions, or preferences. Mostly qualitative research are performed by the way of subjectivity based. Why this subjectivity is important to the research? Because it influenced by values, perspectives, experience, and viewpoint of the researcher. Presently in social sciences, most of the social researchers are performed based on subjectivity based. But in the other side of the research is objectivity research or base. It aims to eliminate decisions based on personal bias, cultural differences, and any other criterion that cannot be measured or proven. That means in objective based research, it should not give importance to any persons or any particular conditions. Why this objective based research is important? It is important in science. Subjective based research is important in social science, but in pure science, objective based research is important. So it allows the discovery of best explanation for a scientific hypothesis. So due to that reason, most of you may hear some of the persons may invent some medicines without any proof or without any formulas. The forum will not accept it because they want a clear background and the system for that. So that is objective based research. So it mainly expect evidences. So there is no personal biases. If the person is more influenced person or a political background person or a very wealthable persons, whatever he says, this research will not accept it. It want evidence. So evidence-based outcomes and evidence-based approval of the outcomes are comes under objectivity research. So this is the main difference between objectivity and subjectivity-based research. So up to this, we covered all topics of 5th unit. Please go through the soft copy of material. I also send along with this lecture file. So very thank for patient and patient listening from your side. Thank you very much.